Good morning from beautiful Asahikawa's Asahiyama Zoo, which is the #1 zoo in Japan, I'd say. At least to me it is, because unlike the Ueno Zoo, which is the most popular, Asahiyama is a more natural place, or at least that's what it's famous for. Here's the pamphlet for the Asahiyama Zoo. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary, opened in 1967. And the first 20 years of the zoo were not very successful. The zoo was a big failure. In fact, I think it was in the 1990s an orangutan died from disease, and they closed the park down. And then it was in 1997 that they started renovating, and they changed the way that the zoo worked. They made more natural habitats, made the zoo better, a lot better. And I'll explain more about that as we continue with this live stream tour of the Asahiyama Zoo in Asahikawa. This is the northernmost city in Hokkaido. And if you've been following my hitchhiking tour for the last 5 weeks, I'm this far away from my goal. So I'm quite excited about that. So when I knew that I was going to be in Asahikawa and just really close to the zoo, I had to come today and live stream this. So I'm going to be showing you some of the animals around here. I'll start off by showing you a map of the area and take you on a tour of this really cool zoo. I've been walking around for about 30 minutes trying to find places to take you before starting the live stream. It's quite exciting. Here is a view from the zoo. It's on the top of a mountain, and in the distance you can see some of the white caps still on the mountains. It's a warm day today, but overall in April, Hokkaido is pretty chilly. So this is naturally a beautiful natural place. In fact, I'm going to be camping in central Asahikawa tonight next to the train station, because there's a campground next to the train station, an actual campground 3 minutes away from the exit of the station, which anybody can camp in for free. That's Asahikawa. That's their image as one of the most natural cities in Japan. Here's a map of the animal exhibit in this area of the park. It's a big park. There's the main gate. That's where you come in. You pass the aviary. There's a penguin aquarium, which is very famous. We're gonna take a look at that in about 20 minutes. There's also a polar bear aquatic park, which is quite famous. In fact, they're all pretty famous. Then a lot of native animals to Hokkaido. There's the chimpanzee forest and the monkey forest. I'm attracted to the monkeys, the orangutans, the primates, because they're like part of our family as humans, right? So we're gonna see them first, so you can get a look at their enclosure. There's a lot of green in this park, not just for the animals, but for the humans. So I'm pretty relaxed. Really fresh air. And that's a big difference between here and Ueno. For those living in Japan, there's also a map in Japanese. I do like this here, the open air stage. And we'll have a quick look around that. It's pretty exciting. All right, let's look first at, I'm gonna take you first over here, right here. So let me tell you what these primates are here. Capybara. These are capybara from northern South America. And their cage is a lot more natural than the bear park that you saw in the Boribetsu a few days ago on the Only Japan Go channel. These guys aren't quite as active. Maybe because it's really, really hot here. At least in the sun it is. It's approximately 20 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot for northern Hokkaido. If you look up, you'll see these guys climbing. They're entertainers. Do it. Do it, do it. Oh, that's awesome. Gosh, I wish I had that kind of agility. These guys are in a really nice, I guess you would call it an enclosure, but unlike a lot of zoos that I've seen, it's very, very clean and there's no smell at all, very natural. And there's a zookeeper that comes out every now and then I've seen. Let's walk on over to another primate. You can see the one, I don't know if I call it a cage as much as a jungle gym. So those joining in, this is the Asahiyama Zoo in Asahikawa City, Japan's northernmost city, a long way from Tokyo. Okay. Look, they're posing for photos. You see them? You see them? There they are. This is a new area. These are native of Central Africa. All right. Group hug. You have to look around to find them too. You can see up there on the platform. There's a guy chilling up there. Yeah. I'm only here because the Kickstarter campaign was so successful that I made a stretch goal to continue the trip through Hokkaido. I didn't want to travel in the middle of the Japanese holiday. This is the middle of Golden Week, which runs from about April 28th to May 6th or so. May 8th is Monday, so that's when it ends, technically, but the 7th. But, okay. So these are the gibbon. And they have a little sort of a encasement, I guess like a little glass peeking thing. So they're really looking out at us. See through the glass from here. Oh wow, there's a deer in the maybe they're not here right now. Sometimes they take a break and go inside. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the concept of this zoo when we go down to the penguin exhibit. But one thing that I like about this, they don't force the animals to do anything that they don't want to do. Basically, there's a name to the concept which I'll introduce you to. And that concept is what has made this a world famous park. You can see in this little window, they hang out in the window. There's Mom up there. Everybody wants to get a photo. There's two of them. There's two of them playing up there. This is awesome. Don't fall. How are they not falling? We used to do that in elementary school. On the monkey bars, we'd call them. We'd wrestle and try to get the other kid to fall off of the monkey bars. So this is the same thing. This is like elementary school for me back again. But I don't know if we want them to fall, do we? That's pretty high. This is a real battle. None of the other people are watching this. This is where the action is. Look at that. Get him. Look, he's doing a groin shot right now. They fight dirty. Whoa. Whoa, it looks like we got a winner. Wait, not gonna give up that easy. This is kind of fun to watch. Down there on the ground, you can see our little deer. So they put some of the animals together that are natural in the gibbons, the monkeys' habitat, to make it seem more real. So the animals are interacting with other animals. All right, this cage is pretty interesting. Now, about 5 minutes ago, they were over here. Okay, you see this thing, this globe? It's pretty much a monkey. It's pretty much a jungle gym for the orangutans. Okay, that's where the orangutans are, and they have another cage here. And how do they get from this cage to this cage, you ask? Over here. How do they get there? Well, if you look up, the two are connected by a bar. And the orangutan potentially could fall. They could potentially fall onto the crowd below. I don't think that's happened though. I don't think they've ever fallen behind. They have the freedom to go from one cage to the next via this bar in the sky. Yeah. So, kind of cool that way. They're over there resting. It's gotten quite hot here in the sun. They're over there. Where are they? There they are. I guess they're doing laundry or something. I don't know, but they do what they want to do. And that's well, we'll come back here later. So the animals here, they do what they want to do. They do it when they want to do it, and it creates happier animals and a happier experience for the humans. All right, so the orangutan, which they sort of put on a show in their monkey bar thing, in their jungle gym. So we'll come back. I'm gonna head now over to the most famous exhibit, the penguins. There's a walk-through that you can walk through the penguins' habitat. There's usually a small line, and I was thinking maybe I would explain a little bit more about this park to you in line. Here's a bird habitat that we're walking past. They put in a lot of trees. A lot of the local, this is not inside the cage here, but if you see here, they put a lot of the natural stuff in their habitat, and they made the poles look more natural by painting them dark, so it looks more like a forest in here. This is the Hokkaido animal house. Woo-hoo. I'm an owl. That's a pretty big owl, actually. All right, let's go to the penguins. One reason I think that the signal's pretty good is up there you see a ton of cell phone towers. Making sure that every single tourist has really good reception. So there's a shortcut. This is the shortcut to the other side, and I walked through here before, but what I liked about this and why I'm coming through this way is because you can see the natural habitat for the humans. This is really in a mountain, and they didn't change the environment of it too much. And here, from this point, you get a really good view of the entire park. This is the middle of, well, the start of the Japanese spring holiday, and usually there aren't that many people. I'd say this is pretty heavy for the zoo. In the center is another owl cage. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful park, and the air coming through is really good. It's all that air coming this way from the mountains in the distance. That's the biggest difference to me. If I compare this to Ueno Zoo, you get all the city air. It doesn't feel like a natural habitat for the animals. Although it's a very nice zoo, it's just not the same. This zoo is, there's a reason why. The only reason it doesn't have more people than Ueno is because Ueno's in the center of Tokyo. That's the only reason this one is not as big. All right. Let's go down to the penguins. Okay, right there is a wolf museum. Ah, these are snow owls. So the bird cage that we were looking at before are snow owls. Right, there's one of them, but he doesn't really seem to want to get us attention. That's okay. He's looking away. I guess snow owls were made famous from Harry Potter movies. All right. God, what a beautiful day this is today. This is the fierce animal house. Fierce. I like when they chose that word instead of, tame or lame. They picked fierce. So fierce animal house. Whoa. Some Hokkaido bears. And these Hokkaido bears are pretty massive. They're fierce. Unlike the bear museum in Nobori-betsu, the habitat here is much, much better. And I can smell the wood chips. The freshness, they smell like fresh cut wood chips. No flash to startle the bear, I like that. They put in some really fun lookout points for the humans. And then I'm inside of an enclosure underground on the water level. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm making my way to the penguins. So if you're hanging in there for that, it's coming. We're still in Japan. Psychedelic flying to you. Keep your distance from tiger butt. Makes sense. I guess apparently they have a problem with gas or something. Let's go take a quick look at the tiger's butt. look, they're sleeping together. Tigers in love. Look at them sleeping together. Why don't they go in the shade? Why are they in the sun? Sunbathing. I guess they're sunbathing. There's a brief history of the Amur tigers in Japanese. The male tiger does not take care of the children. Therefore, Kirill is in next room alone. So they separate the male from the female and the babies, because I guess the male doesn't take care of the children. That's what it says here. Old animals are pride of our zoo. So these animals are quite old, going back to, I don't know, 1996 they were born. So that's over 21 years old. Non is the name of the male. Yeah, and there's another male named Zaria. And Zaria was born in 2010. That's a child. Their child is born in last year. Son and Nadja. And Kirill is... Oh, sorry, that's the male symbol and that's the female symbol. So Kirill did it with Zaria, and then they made these two offspring. That's a little bit about the tigers. They do have pretty cute names. I'm starting to like this park a lot more. Alright, down here is the penguins. This is what I wanted to do, and there's sort of a short line where you sort of march your way in. Like everything in Japan, everything is very, very orderly, and the people, you know, single file line, real slowly, don't stop, go through the penguin exhibit. Here it is from the outside. Penguin-kan. Nice. So there's a couple of varieties. We have the Iwato B penguin, and the king penguin, which you all know from the Discovery Channel and National Geographic, and the Jano penguin, and the Funboruto penguin. And there they are. They're just sunning themselves, you know, chilling. Let's face it, it's been a cold winter up here. 6 months of winters. Hokkaido's winters are 6 months long. Spring, summer, fall, 2 months each maybe. See that crowd of people? That's where the penguins are. But thankfully I have the DJI Osmo extension pole. I can go above them. And I'll be taking you there right now. I don't need to use the extension pole. They're right there. Wow, he's got a massive amount of hair. What's with the hair? Boy. Hey. Morning exercises. Look at them inside the house. Maybe you can't see them because of the exposure. Maybe a little closer. They got like their own little house inside, you see? Inside this house. There's a bunch of them just hanging out like a little ice bar. That dude's going in for the ice bar maybe. But But it's funny, you see different species of penguins all living together in one penguin house. We have a couple. Oh, here come two. They're really making a lot of noise. I see ya. Whoa, he came out of nowhere. I wonder if somebody super chats them, they'll jump in the water. Here he comes. Jump, jump. Doesn't look like he's gonna jump. But a bunch of penguins just came out of the little bar area in the back. Somebody said it's nice weather today. We're going in to chill. How you doing? So cute. Alright. He's walking on the edge. All it takes is one push and he's in. And here's the criminal who's gonna do it. Do it. Push him. He's right on the edge. You know you want to do it. You're penguins. It's fun. Alright. Looks like they're really, really nice penguins to each other. Respectful. So I'm gonna go now to the walkthrough of the penguins. There's a post office in the center of the park. So if you want to buy stamps, sending postcards isn't a Japanese thing. I found that in a lot of tourist destinations you don't see postcard stands. You don't see people sending postcards to their friends. So it's hard to find them, but right in the middle is a post office. That's pretty cool. So you can buy stamps and stuff. Let's take a look. Stamp collecting sort of died thanks to email. Get some. So if you send anything from here, you get this stamp. That's cool. That's pretty cool. All right, it's time to line up for the. Oh, gotta find the. Take a shortcut to the woods. Well, breaking the law. There's a lady holding a sign saying this is the end of the line. 10分ぐらいですか? So from this point, it takes 10 minutes to walk into the cage. Normally, on some busy days, it could take up to 30 minutes. So this is the Asahiyama Zoo in Asahikawa, one of the most famous zoos in the world, because it puts the animals in their natural habitat. Alright. Here's the flyer for the Asahiyama Zoo, or the map. Zoo. In Japanese, we say dobutsuan. Dobutsuan is a zoo. Dobutsu means animal, en means park. So dobutsuan. Park of animals. All right, so this has a little bit of the history. The park opens. Let's see here. Animals that enter their sleeping area. So animals enter their sleeping area at 4:15 p.m. So if you get here too late in the day, you might miss some of the animals. Animals that enter their sleeping area at 4:30. So it tells you the schedule of the animals and their habitats here. So you pretty much know their daily routine. That's pretty cool. It's 820 yen to get in for adults, which is pretty reasonable if you want to make a day out of it. That's if you compare that with Tokyo Disneyland. This is a bargain. This is a real bargain. Now, while we're waiting, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the zoo. So I have prepared some quotes that I found in news articles. Yeah. So, the concept that made the zoo famous, I guess it was around the 1990s that an orangutan got sick in the 80s and 90s, and the zoo wasn't very good. It was failing. So it was 1997, they renovated this and they started a concept called here, and I quote, behavioral enrichment. Behavioral enrichment. And behavioral enrichment means that they don't change the pattern of the animals, meaning a penguin's gonna swim when he wants to swim, right? A bear is gonna eat when he wants to eat. A lion's going to, do the deed when he wants to do the deed. They're not gonna make them do it for tourists. So that concept of naturalness was something that this zoo introduced, and that made it world famous. We're getting into the exhibit. Let me. Ooh, spooky. I'm one of those people who makes scary sounds in dark places to scare kids. We're experiencing very bad connections. I didn't think about this. Whoa. So we're now walking under the water habitat of the penguins. Whoa. Now we're going upstairs into another exhibit. I apologize for the bad connection. Alright, the connection's getting a little bit better maybe as we get up. Just bear with me. Alright, should be getting a little bit better. It is a long line, but it's moving pretty good. People are moving at a normal pace. All right, here we are. We're inside now. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I think the signal's gotten a little bit better as well. It is a little bit crowded here. Everybody wants to see a penguin. And everybody is lined up very nice and orderly. There's just enough crying kids to make this experience a lot, real. a lot realer, I guess. Alright. Oh, so this was the inside where the penguins were before, you could see here. People are lining up again. If you're claustrophobic, you might not like the penguin area. It's sort of hot and smells of humans. Oh, okay, I see a bunch of penguins now. Alright, just give it a second. The congestion is that there's a lot of people who want to take a lot of photos. A lot of people want to take a lot of photos and everyone's lined up to do it. And I could jump the line, but that would create chaos. Which might be a good idea. The smell of I think the penguins smell better than this area right now. It's not that bad. Alright. That's close. Back. Alright. In the middle is a little area. I'd like to be in the middle rather than in line, but this is the back of a head. That's a cannon neck strap. Alright, come on. Okay, so I'm now still waiting in line to go and see the penguins. Maybe it's... People are properly lined up, but that guy could move a little bit, maybe. It's not doing anything. What are we waiting for? Line hasn't moved at all. We're getting closer. I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. I just want to get a quick look at the penguin. Come on, people. Well, humans really stink. Alright, the heck with the line. What are they looking at? They're just standing there. They're frozen? Oh! Where are they going? There's a speaker to record. Try to get the glare away, I'm sorry. Pretty nice. See, this is where they were hanging out when I showed you the outside of the penguin containment unit. A couple of guys. Now, down here you can get into the water. This is where I walked through before. But right now there's no penguins in the water. Before, when you couldn't see the live stream, I was walking through here. So humans can walk right through the habitat of the penguins underwater, which is pretty cool. But there aren't any penguins right now. Walking. Alright, let's get out of here. Ooh! That's not cool. It's a picture of a penguin getting eaten by a sea lion. Why would they show? No, it's a penguin fighting over the loss of a child. I guess it's good that they're raising awareness on penguin cruelty by other animals. That's a good thing. All right. The kids are more attracted to the little fishies than they are the penguins. Like, Mom, eat there. Eat there, Mama. All right. So penguin done. On the other side is the sea lion exhibit that also includes polar bears, also known in Japan as white bears, for their white fur. Oh, it's nice to be outside. I don't like waiting in line. Does anybody? In Japan, people don't mind lines, I think. And line means that something's happening and that's something good. That's why people are lining up. So line, I don't think is so bad in Japan. That's how you know something is popular. People are waiting in the front. It must be something good, especially for ramen, which Asahikawa is very famous for. I'm gonna be making an episode for Only in Japan, an edited episode, not a live stream, on eating ramen here in Asahikawa. Their ramen is different than other places, and the only way to know what's different is to watch the episode, which will be coming up after I get back to Tokyo. Okay, so this sea lion exhibit, you can see how massive they are, how fat they are. The Zukin Azarashi. It's a big mama. 250 centimeters long, weighs over 400 kilograms. I'd like to see this thing take on a sumo wrestler. Whoa, this thing looks like a big, big black cucumber. Minami Zoa Zarashi. Minami Zoa Zarashi. Okay. Almost 5 meters long, 2,400 kilograms. Whoa. That's an animal. No, they're all animals, but that's a real animal. And you can see just how beautiful this park is. The temperature is now 19.4 degrees Celsius. The wind's picked up, so it's gotten a little cooler thanks to that. Let's go down underneath these clothes and see if we can see some of these massive, massive sea lions that eat penguins. Alright. This guy, he found the ball. This really is the natural habitat. I've been to the Galapagos Islands in 2003. Before I did the hitchhiking trip, I did a world trip around. I went around the world in 9 months backpacking, and one of the places I stopped in 2003 was this is January 2003 was Galapagos. And when I came into the approach, I saw a boat just like this one, just filled with sea lions. So this really is, you know, one of their natural habitats, I think. A boat. They love to hang out in like human areas in the city. It's a torpedo or a sea lion. Gosh, it's so hot. I'd love to go swimming. You mind if I jump in with you, little guy? That's pretty cool. Alright, so there's a place. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I'm interested to see what kind of food they have here. This is just the penguins and the birds and the monkeys that we've seen. The park is just massive. On the other end, there's a place, an open theater in the middle of a forest. Oh, he's appealing to the humans. Look at me. I'm a sea lion. Where are you going now? Where'd you go? Oh man. I had no idea he was gonna take off that quickly. So apparently everyone's waiting in line now for lunch. It's a pretty massive line. Let's go take a look and see what's on the menu. Of course, you buy everything with a ticket at the vending machine. Okay. Looks like good fare. They have a dobutsu pancake, so it has animal faces on the pancakes. They have karage, but here in Hokkaido they call it zangi. So karage is zangi in Hokkaido. Fried potatoes, or French fries where I'm from. Frankfurt, plain, or American dog. This is an American dog, battered and deep fried. Eigo de setsumei shiteru. This is the mochi. Menchikatsu. I like menchikatsu. This is a battered and deep fried like hamburger. And the Hokkaido croquet with Hokkaido potatoes and meat. Yum yum. Down here we have this is the zangi curry rice. So deep fried chicken like karage in with the curry rice, and of course on top is a half boiled egg. Curry rice looks good. I don't know. I think 100 yen for the zangi and egg looks good. And if you want something simpler, there's soba, udon, and ramen. Oishishou. Oishishou ne. And Hokkaido soft cream. I just don't want to wait in the line. I don't want to wait in line. Sorry. I always want to jump up on someone's shoulders. That looks like fun. He's... Okay, I hope you're enjoying this tour live from Asahikawa, Japan's northernmost city. Population about 300,000 people. It's Hokkaido's third biggest city, Asahikawa. Sapporo being number 1, Hakodate number 2, and Asahikawa is number 3. The great attraction to the city is probably the zoo, the ramen, and there's a lot more, and glass. They do a lot of glass work here, but I want to say the prison is an attraction because in the Only in Japan mascot episode that I did a couple of years ago, no, I think it was a couple of years ago, I focused on the prison mascot a little bit, Katakuri-kun, or Katakuri-chan, and it's the prison mascot because, and I'm gonna go there later today. Behind the prison, they have a flower that blooms called katakuri, and they made the hat of the mascot the katakuri flower. So that became, okay, what's this one? Azarishikan. Maybe I'll check that out later. I'm gonna take you to the open area, and then that's where I'll end the live feed. But as I was saying, the prison has a mascot, and they also sell goods like coffee cups and stickers and things like this. So I think I'm gonna go and check out the Asahikawa prison, temporarily. That should be fun. Actually, I think I got a sticker from the Asahikawa prison. Hold on a second. Alright, here it is. Here he is. Here's the prison mascot. Asahikawa Katakuri-kun. And the flower, he's in the prison guard uniform, and he's got a flower on his head, which is right now in bloom. So I want to go and film the flowers, and I don't know if I'm gonna make a longer episode on Asahikawa prison, but if I do. I need to have shots of the flowers, so that could be B-roll for a later episode. So I'm always thinking about the next episode and what I could film to insert later on in a date, because Japan has 4 seasons. Unlike India, where my mom is from, where we have like 2, rainy and dry. Japan has 4: spring, winter, in no particular order. Winter, spring, summer, fall. That's the order. Okay. So on the way toward the open area, I found kirin. Kirin is giraffe, and also a really good beer. So here's the kirin exhibit, the giraffe exhibit. It's pretty nice, and it looks like if this was Africa, Kilimanjaro would be right there. This live stream's gonna be on forever, because I keep finding really cool places like this. So hippopotamus, or hippo in Japanese, is kaba. Kaba. Kaba-kan. Kan meaning like house or museum, I guess. House. Like meeting house. Let's you know what? I'm gonna just take a quick look in the hippo museum, because I like hippos. I was in Africa in 2001 in South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. And I stayed in a safari lodge in Botswana. No, it was in Zambia. And a hippo was in the pool. It had fallen into the pool in Zambia. So I was gonna go for a swim, but there was a hippo in the pool. So I freaked out and booked the other way. That was my last encounter with a hippo. Oh, it smells like a hippo. It's not as bad as. Whoa! Whoa! That hippo just like jumped. Do it again. You know, if I go over there, I bet you the hippo comes over here. That's how it works. So this is the hippocon. Looks like somebody did something to that window. Ah, there he comes. Whoa. That's a big hippo. Hungry hippo. He's looking at us. How to piss off a hippo. Alright. That was worth it to come in here, take a look at the hippo. Oh, here comes another one out of the back. Oh no, that's just a waterfall. I thought there were more of them coming. Oh, he's coming towards me. Whoa! Wow! Oh, 面白かった。Whoa! That was pretty cool. Let me get out of here. so it's hard to see. It's hard for little kids to see the hippo. So all the fathers are getting their kids and putting them on their shoulders so they can get a high view of looking down at the hippos. So that's pretty nice. I'm going out through the entrance because the exit's just too crowded. That was cool. Hippos are cool. And it's not just because of the game Hungry Hippo, which was a big hit when I was a kid. It's because hippos are cool. Alright, up there's the orangutan. I promised to go back to the orangutan jungle gym. Those have been watching for the last 50 minutes. I promised to go back up there. I'm walking in the opposite direction, so I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to see the orangutans again or better. They're good. They're pretty cool, good performers. They like to keep things interesting. It's a really lovely day. So the area of the zoo is sort of a walking zone. You're trying to get from one side to the other. It's not the most interesting part, but I want to go to the open air theater just to have a look at it. Before, there's the orangutan stuff in the back up there. And okay, this is nice. So you can bring your own food to the zoo. This is another thing that I like. You don't have to buy their overpriced stuff. You can bring food and picnic. And on a day like this is the place I'd want to be. Look at how nice this is. Wow. So it's a natural habitat for the animals and also for the humans. It's pretty nice. Very, very, very nice. I'm liking Asahiyama Zoo very much. Okay. So I've got my little map here. Pamphlet. It's got all the info that you ever wanted to know. Well, no, it doesn't. It's not very thorough. But just it's all the info that you wanted to know if you wanted a map, which is what it is. And I just walked the boring area towards the Hokkaido raccoon dogs. And this here is the camp picnic area, and the stage is down there. I don't see how you get there. It looks like it's off limits. They might be redoing it or something. Maybe it's this way. This is, if you're a kid that's, age 3, I think you'd love to see goats. This is the Kodomo, the children's area, it's called. So if you're watching this and you got kids, this would be where you would like to hang out. Because the kids can go in with these animals because they're domesticated. They won't eat your kids. And for some parents, that might not be what you want. You want the kids to go play with the lions. Just kidding. All right, Japanese lesson. Pony, because it's a pony. Goat is yagi, yagi. And these are sheep, hitsuji, hitsuji, sheep. Anyone want to go see some sheep? Bet you everybody from New Zealand watching is going to be extremely excited by the beautiful, luxurious coat of this wonderful sheep. If we had a pig here, we could recreate the movie Babe. Does anyone remember the secret code of the sheep? Baram you. Baram you. To our breed, our creed be true. Bob Ramu. Apparently I have not gotten the sheep's attention with the secret code. It must, maybe you got to say it in Japanese, not in Kiwi. Or Australian, maybe it's Australian. Alright. So you got sheep in Hokkaido. Okay. It's nice to see domesticated animals. Those of you from far off places of the world might never have seen a goat before. And if you haven't seen a goat before, that's what it looks like. There are areas of the world where people are watching the stream where they don't have goats. I'm serious. So, goats. Looks like a happy fellow. And he's got, again, the goats can get out of the enclosure, climb up here, and literally walk to the other side, potentially jumping out and running away to the lion cage where it will become food. After watching the movie Jurassic Park, I know that goats are particularly popular with dinosaurs. Ah, peacocks. That's a crow. Anyone know what sound does a peacock make? Wow, look at the mane on that thing. You see it? He's spreading it out. Whoa! Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Right, turn this way, peacock. Whoa, that's massive. There we go. Look at how beautiful that is. We got one coming our way. Someone likes to chowing down on a chunk of lettuce. Cabbage. There's a hakusai. That's what you use with the Japanese nabe. Peacock nabe. Alright. Go through some of the super chats. Lily Chan, loving both the channels. Ganbatte, ganbarimasu. Christopher. Zoo. Thank you, Christopher. Andrea. Quinlan. Just a little something for missing the deadline on Kickstarter. Oh, did you? Oh, right. Yeah, you wrote about that. Sorry about that, Andrea. Thank you for the luck. I'm gonna need it. Almost there. And Chris on the dot. I love Japan. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Much appreciated. All right, so I'm gonna. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's the open air arena. Doesn't look like they're showing anything at the moment, or else it'd be really crowded. I'm starting to really sweat. It's up to 21 degrees now. It's gonna go about 5 more minutes on this live stream tour of Asahiyama Zoo, which is one of the world's most famous zoos because of their behavioral, what's the term? I want to get it right for facts. Have it right here with me. They call it behavioral enrichment. Yeah. So Asahikawa Zoo became famous in 1997 for changing the way that they do zoos by using the philosophy of behavioral enrichment, which helps not just the animals, it helps the humans. Like they know human behaviors, and so yay. So they know human behavior, so they know how humans like to have picnics. I don't know if that's true, but it is a beautiful picnic area. Okay. Oh, it really is a mountain. hiking. It's a lot of walking, so if you got kids, you might want to have a stroller. If you have adults that you get tired quickly, you might want a stroller for them. Get pushed around. I'm walking around with a selfie stick attached to a DJI Osmo Mobile. I'm not afraid or embarrassed about being pushed around in a stroller. That's crazy to say on live stuff. All right, we're back. Oh, this way. Swinging around. Konnichiwa. Yay. This is the part where I get tired and I just start talking with everybody. Great thing about hitchhiking this last 5 weeks, is I've made so many amazing friends. And if you check out the Instagram, the Only in Japan Instagram page, Only in Japan TV is the name. Yeah, you'll see some of the amazing people that I've met on the trip. And I get phone calls from them. They're worried about me. A couple days ago, the two really nice people picked me up in Hakuba. They called me up just to see how I was doing. I like that. I'm gonna call, when I get to Wakana, I'm gonna call a lot of them back and just say that I made my goal. So then they can kind of, the reason why I'm in Asahikawa is because people picked me up and brought me here. I didn't take a train or a bus or an airplane to this spot from Kagoshima. I've come here by hitchhike power. Whoa! There's some screaming animals. Where's it coming from? Alright, I'm back here with the orangutan cage. I promised you to go check them out before I ended the feed. This is my favorite exhibit. Probably one of the most unique vending machines I've found. Now that's a vending machine. Alright, let's go back up to the monkey house. This is where we started the live stream 70 minutes ago. And I have to leave the zoo shortly because I have to go to the Asahikawa prison, where they're going to be, where I'm going to try to get some shots of the flowers behind the prison and the gift shop. You know, when you go to prison, you want to always visit the gift shop. Oh, come on! Orangutans aren't in their globe jungle gym, but they're over there on the other side. Oh man. There's an orangutan Kong, a museum for orangutan inside. That's a shame. Before I started the live stream, there were he's like hiding behind the. Mama's right there. See Mama. Just a baby. She's just a baby. Come on, say. There's a lot of kids and a lot of families here. I can see why. It is a very family-friendly place. There's the jungle gym. Again, they can go from one cage to the next via this wire, and when they do that, and if they were to fall, they would land on top of all the people. That would not be fun. And we're back to the playful monkeys, or gibbon, they're called. And this is my favorite cage. It just looks fun. I guess you could technically, they can go up there too, the monkeys, and then they can climb up over into this area. Whoa, 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 whoa. He just jumped.
すごい。違う種類なの。
Do it again. Are these the two that were fighting before?
あ、違う種類じゃないの。
Wow. Gosh, I wish I was a teenager again. I never could do that in physical education. There were always these ropes. You had to climb to the roof of the auditorium, and I could never do it. I don't think I could survive as a monkey. Oh, the little baby. Climbing like mama. Okay. Wow, look how fast they are. Alright. Amazing. Look at him, he's coming this way. Whoa! Whoa, did you just see that? Did you just see that? Whoa! Do it again. Whoa. It's amazing. It's hardcore parkour. Hardcore parkour, yeah. Sishimasu. Whoa. Okay. So, hope you enjoyed this really, really long tour of the Asahiyama Zoo. One of the world's top zoos. It's probably the most renowned zoo in Japan. Celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. This park opened in 1967, and it's now 2017, so 50 years of celebrated history. 25 of those years not so celebrated, since it was a failure of a zoo in the beginning. Now it's a huge success and a turnaround story. And now it has just about as many visitors as Ueno Zoo in central Tokyo, and yet they're in Asahikawa, the northernmost city in Hokkaido, one of the toughest places to get to. There's no Shinkansen, no bullet train, but one thing that they do have, this zoo. And really good ramen, which I'm gonna go and eat right now. Going back to the city. Once again, in Japan, lines are very orderly. To see the snake exhibit, and I'll pass on that. I don't need to see the snake exhibit. There's some more birds and other exhibits down there, tigers, and down here was the fierce animal exhibits that you saw, the tigers. Not a bad tour. Got to see a lot. It's a pretty family-friendly place. And this being the center, the middle of the Japanese spring holiday called Golden Week, from April 28th to about March 7th this year. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I bet you if you come here in the summer, it's like this, or if you come in the off season, you probably have the park to yourself, which is pretty cool. Tancho. Is that ostrich? Tancho. Oh, that's the birds with the puffy necks. It does help to know Japanese, but most of the signs are in English and Korean and Chinese as well. So they know that a lot of the visitors to Hokkaido are from Taiwan, from China, from Korea, from neighboring countries. And an increasing amount from the west, but still not a lot of people from the west are here in Hokkaido. Loads of tourists, but not a lot of tourists from the west yet in Hokkaido. Yeah, in fact, I've been mistaking, a lot of the Chinese tourists are from Taiwan here. One reason I know that is in Nomboribetsu, in the town that I was at a couple of days ago. They have a Japan-Taiwan community hall. So there is some sort of friendship going on between the two countries. What a beautiful day! I need some ramen! Need some ramen. Beautiful day. It's a lot more fun to do this live stream than, because I think I'd feel by myself if you weren't here with me. The cherry blossoms have not started in Asahikawa. You can see up there. There are some just starting to blossom. So I've gotten in front of the cherry blossoms up here in Hokkaido. Alright, I'm back at the entrance to the park. So there you go. That's the tour. It's a tour of the Asahiyama Zoo. I keep saying Asahikawa. Kawa is down below and this is Yama up above. I don't see any other things I can really show you other than how natural this park is. It's up on the top of a mountain, how they've created different cages or areas where they can get from one to the next. And one time, what made this zoo so famous is unlike some of the animal places that we visited in previous Only in Japan Go on the other channel, where the bears were not in the best situation, they're doing pretty good here, and it makes me happy to see. And if you do come to Japan in this area, this is one of those places that you can't miss. In Hokkaido, if you come to Hokkaido, this is one of the places that you can't miss, the zoo here, because I'm going to turn the camera around. It's just stunning to be up here on top of a mountain watching the animals. It is really nice. It's beautiful up here. From the station, it's a 30-minute ride on the bus, and then 440 yen, or about $4 for the bus ride. 30 minutes to get here. The zoo itself is 840 yen for adults and half that for children, I think. So it's a very, very affordable trip. Who's calling that guy? Manhole! And nothing interesting. They should make better manhole covers here. That's the entrance down there. You can see. That's where you come into the Asahiyama Zoo. Loads of strollers. Very accessible if you're in a wheelchair. Nice. Everyone's here having lunch. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the park. I'm gonna film a little bit for the DVD here, and then I'm going down to get some ramen. Have a really nice lunch in the city. Those following the hitchhiking trip that I'm on, I'll be here because I've gotten a lot of messages over the last few days of what my schedule is. I'll be in Asahikawa for today and tomorrow, and then I travel to Wakkanai for 2 days to end the trip, and I might go to Reibun, which is one of the islands near Wakkanai, which I always wanted to go to but never had the time, and I might as well go now. It's a little bit cold for Reibun. Summer and fall is better, but I'll see if I can go. And yeah, I'm gonna jump into the sea on a live feed like this. So that's maybe 2 days from now, 2 or 3 days. I'll be jumping into the very cold Cape Soya. There's still icebergs, I heard, in the water between Russia and here. It's what I gotta do. Thanks, everybody. So for the next 20 seconds, I'm just gonna walk around the park. Say goodbye. See you on the road.